Hello, everybody, and welcome to the 27th episode of the Super Mega Streaming Show. Today, we're going to be talking about gains, why it's pumping. We're going to be looking at a couple interesting stats that I'd like to share with you guys, and we're going to be talking about Jupiter. Jupiter, yes, the planet and the token. So, good morning, Vess. How are you doing?
I'm doing well, thank you. How are
I
you?
know I am too, because our coin is going up. Okay,
Oh,
so
nice.
what did you even know? Do you even check the price?
No,
Because I don't think you do really. You're just like, oh, okay. He is so dedicated, ladies and gentlemen, that he just doesn't care. He just works to see the token go up, but he never notices, so it's lost on him.
but well, that's nice.
It is
But what
nice.
to what do we owe this change in price?
Well, I don't know, but last month or the month or two before, we started noticing some big Twitter accounts started seeing us and started posting about us casually, right? So Wiz is the biggest one, but it's not just him, it's quite a few. I'm wondering if a few groups have had their eye on us for some time because now, if you look at our competitors, and I'm not going to point out specifics, they're kind of either flat or dipping while we go up. And why? Because, well, we're sustaining high staking rewards and we're sustaining high vault rewards with our different vaults. Now, WETH is the lowest, but that should hopefully self-correct. But USDC and DAI, and they're all growing. They're all growing in size quite rapidly. Each time,
Yeah,
the only thing holding us back is really how much you can deposit on a full epoch, right? So I know that when we were slightly under collateralized with USDC, people couldn't put much USDC in there. So we hit those
yeah,
max limits every time. And now look, we've got 681 ETH in the vault for G ETH. And USDC is growing equally quick. So I am really quite, pleased with that. And it's just going to keep going up because this is way better than I made on my node, 6%, even though it's not as high as it could be because I think we're getting more open interest, more big whales will hop onto the ETH trading desk. But it's better than any number of staking or any number of loan applications, such as darn man, the cat got my tongue this morning. Aave, there it is. Aave, like Aave pays like 1.5% on lending out your collateral to others, whereas we lend it out on a short-term basis and just take the fees and pump it back into the price. So I think it's time. Um, Man, I don't know. Are we going to get back into double digits? I don't know. But I think we could look at the GNS Polygon chart for kind of a better longer term view of this token since this one only goes back so far to when we launched on ARB. But as you see, we have quite a giant cup here, I guess. I'm not a TA expert, but that is one heck of a pump we had on Binance listing. This would have been Binance Day, and this would have been Binance accumulating, is what we assume. We don't know, but it had to have been looking back at it. We had our candle, we crashed, we pumped, and then I guess all the paper hands from Binance had to take a long road out. And then Bitcoin started pumping, so did we. It dumped a little bit after selling the news, but now we're back into that value territory down here. And then I think we're just suggesting up because it's time. We pay better than any other rival perp, and we are in a great position to continue going and continue building. So I Vess, we were off of DeFi Llama for a bit, right? Things were like busted because of the new vaults, if I recall. Is that correct? Or am I
yeah, I
making
think
things
so.
up?
No,
Yeah.
I think you're right.
All right. So if we
Um,
look at our revenue for holders, right? We are number 8 for 30-day revenue. So, and look, the Avalanche chain is what, gorillions of dollars of value, and we're just 160 million. So we're definitely
yeah,
underpriced for our performance. And the 24-hour fees, we're number 4. I mean, 24 hours isn't that great of a time frame, but really, we're up there now. I assume that as the new vaults grow, we're really going to start moving up. Revenue 7 days. No, let's go to revenue 30 days. We're number 12 in the whole space. Okay,
yeah.
these, I mean, Maker, Lido, MetaMask. Really, MetaMask? They must do a lot of swaps.
Right.
Their wallet, so we're up there and we're
Yeah.
climbing the rank. Man, it's good to feel good. It's good to
Yeah.
feel good.
Yeah. Very nice.
And what brought me checking DeFi Llama for the show here, of course, was our good friend Midget Whale showing us what we're doing, DeFi Llama GNS number 7 of all protocols. So, it's kind of sad. I hold things like ICP and it just doesn't make any money. It's not a self-sustaining product like the products at the top of this list. I don't know all of them. I'm assuming maybe Solana is self-sustaining. I don't know if it's deflationary yet. I don't know, but look at his list here. I mean, Tron, and these are blockchains, Solana, and we're number 7. Really? All right, well, let's keep going. Let's keep building. Let's let the team work. So, Vess, I think what's next? Smart contract trading, right?
Yeah, the next update.
V8, everybody. You heard that? V8? So V8 is going to
Yes,
be the next update after
yeah. So
V7.
it's like I guess like paving the road for partials, among other things. I mean, there's also like a storage refactor, which kind of um, it. I don't know how to explain it, especially since I'm not actually a smart contract dev, but it kind of optimizes a lot of under the hood stuff.
So
For
what is a
example,
refactor, like in a really basic term? I'm just not familiar
uh,
with refactor.
okay, it's just when you like rewrite your code so that uh, it's like better, or I don't know how to explain it. Or maybe something has happened that made you have to like refactor the code to
Okay.
um
Like
like it,
overhauling an engine.
yeah, kind of like that. Or like if you bought the new, like, I don't know, part for your engine, then maybe you have to change some other parts of the engines to make it compatible.
I
But
see.
yes, so the storage refactor is it's I don't think that it's been updated for like a very, very long time. And there are some things in it that sort of it would be very, very good to optimize it because it would make everything else a lot easier. For example, um, the thing that I love when people ask what's the reason for you can only have like 3 positions per pair open. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, what's the reason?
Yeah. So the way that like sorry, the whole system works. There are several contracts that need to find your trade, and there are like 3 slots for your trade to be in, like 0, 1, 2, since it's 0 indexed. Um, and the code has to like iterate through these like 3 slots. Um, and until it finds like for example an empty slot in which to open a trade. But this gets very like it may sound like okay, just like go through 3 slots and check for the first open one. It sounds like it's not the big deal, but since it's being used in so many places in our contracts, or like the entire system, I guess, it kind of racks up to being very, very like computationally expensive, and I guess as a consequence, since it's on chain, it's going to be expensive, as in it's going to cost a lot of gas to do like all those operations to find where to open your trade.
I see.
Um, yeah, so with the refactor, that's going to go away. Because I don't know exactly how, and I'm not gonna pretend that I know. But
Please, let's just pretend. Pretend, make something up. No,
okay,
I'm joking.
so
Don't make anything up. No.
okay, uh, yeah. So that's going to be optimized in some way so that that we won't have to do those frequent operations in which we look for iterate through and look for the first slot in which to open your trade, for example, or just just to find your trade. Yeah, so there's a lot of stuff like that which goes into the like storage refactor. And as I understand it, storage in like when you talk about smart contracts, it's kind of like it's not really technically accurate, but it's sort of like, I don't know, like a master contract that um it does like other things. It's not constrained to like doing only one thing, like like the trading contract does one thing or whatever. So it's like it handles a lot of other parameters and stuff like that. So yeah, all in all, it's a very like important update.
Yes, it is, and I'm guessing that we'll be able to lift that limit on 3 trades per pair.
Yeah, unless I'm wrong, we are going to be able to do that.
Oh, so often requested from our traders.
Yeah.
Why can't I do 3 pairs? Well, let's you have up to 300 after this. That's not factual. I'm just making that up. But I can't wait to tell them you have up to 300 trades you can open on a single pair. Lose all your money, make all your money, whatever. That's going to be great. I won't have to explain that anymore. Hopefully that'll come close along the lines of the new EIP upgrades for Ethereum. So we might have cheaper gas and more efficient code. Cheaper gas on layer 2s because of the proto-dank sharding, as I believe is what it's called. And then on top of that, the storage refractor here. And if I'm not mistaken, the time frame should be a few months. Let's not get into specifics because we don't know either. But I think in a few months we should have both the the refactor of the code making us smart contract trading, and the partials should be hitting sometime in the next few months. Because remember, they've been working on this for a while, and some of that code is probably already written, ready to go as much as it can be, and they're just waiting on the next step. So that's super awesome. And if you guys remember, or maybe some of you weren't here when we covered Perpy, so why do we want smart contract trading? It's because we'll be able to let people build on top of us like Perpy Finance, right? So we had these guys on a few weeks ago to discuss their product with us because they're really just waiting for us to launch the smart contracts. And what these guys do is build a trading desk where you can follow and copy trade hero investors, right? Or maybe they're not heroes because maybe they'll lose your money, but you can kind of shop around and see who's doing great, such as Wojak or Garth Weisnat or Omega Trading, and you can see their 30-day average and say, hey, I'm gonna invest in them. And as you invest in them, they might be trading on gains, any of the products that we have. So this is why smart contract trading is going to be so cool. And this is just one example. Imagine all the protocols out there that attempt to hedge assets automatically because but they can't currently with gains because we don't have smart contract trading. So that should be coming soon, and then hopefully we'll see a lot of activity unleashed by other dApps, such as Perpy being a great example. So I can't wait for it. I've going to copy Vess, and he's going to copy me, and we'll be like delta neutral or maybe negative. We'll just be horrible traders because I am. Vess is pretty good though. He did pretty good on those 150s a few weeks ago. So I don't know.
No,
If you
I'm
see
not.
us on here,
It's just luck. I'm not a good trader.
okay, it's just luck.
But
Follow Lucky Vess.
yeah, didn't I open a trade here? I can, or not open a trade. Sorry.
Yes, you have an
Didn't.
account on here.
Okay, I'm trying to
So do
find it.
I. Yeah, I'm not going to
Okay.
pull mine up right now, but I have an account on Perpy. So if you find me, there's no trades right now until Gains goes live, because I'm not going to trade on those other icky platforms. But if you
Okay.
see me, follow me at your own risk. I swear, don't come at me at the Discord because I lost, like I was like Goku right here with 22% negative PNL. Don't come at me. So anyway, all right. So I have a few things to talk about as far as our most recent listing, right? Y'all remember last week we listed JUP, or Jupiter. Okay. Jupiter Exchange. This is a Solana native exchange, and it is definitely Solana's. It's their Uniswap moment, right? This has been a big hullabaloo in the crypto space. Jupiter is another Uniswap type product, which lets you swap, do limit orders to DCA into an asset to bridge, and they have a really basic perp section. Definitely not a competitor. They're not even on the same chain, but super basic perp. So we listed it, so you can now leverage it up or down. But really, I want to kind of look at it and see what Twitter's saying about Jupe, right? Because it's so immense. It's got a lot of potential. Because when you have Solana kind of getting into its moment, like this run will be Solana's moment to shine, right? When the first happening, or the last happening, when we last had our bull market, Solana was kind of in its infancy. Now we've got uh, 4 years of building, and Solana's got to show its stuff. So this is going to be one of the premier exchanges. So I wanted to see if it's worth investing in, if it's worth longing or shorting, right? So I hopped on Twitter to see what's going on with JUP. It painted a weird flag. It broke down, up, down, and now settled at 0.57. Now, from trading on another pre-market, I bought Jupe at 60 cents using this little pre-market here, which is called Whales Market, right? So I bought it at 60 cents, and it kind of just faded down to 57 cents. I think I have it here somewhere on, yeah, here we go, CoinGecko. It's currently at 57 cents, right? I looked at another product, which is Uniswap, very similar. I was actually invested in Uniswap, not leveraging, but invested, and I received an airdrop. Well, that's how I was invested. I received an airdrop from using it, being an early user onto the Uniswap platform. I followed the price as it dipped, and I held my Uniswap for some time. And then that next month, I think I sold it for $20 a pop, right? So I didn't get out at the peak, but I also didn't iron hand it till it came back out and died down here. That would have been awful. So I'm wondering if we're going to have this cup right here, same thing on Jupiter, because it launched, it's dipping, but the hype is there, right? If you look at the token issuance, we have only 1,350,000,000 circulating out of 10 billion. That doesn't look good to me. That doesn't look good to me at
No.
all. Its market cap is already almost 800 million, right? And fully diluted valuation will be 5 gorillion. Okay, so it's it's like, it all warning bells are telling me they're gonna put more tokens out there and people are gonna dump on us. I heard one guy had 1,000 wallets farming Jupiter, and he made several million on launch. So
Oh.
there's definitely some crazy wells out there, but really, is that going to stop it from going on a nightmare run and you're just going to feel like I missed everything? Because it could, because hype drives it. Look, hype, it had no perps. It was just swaps. It had no extras fancy features that's Jupiter has. For example, this is Uniswap, but yet it pumped like the bejesus because Ethereum, this was the premier token and premier product for swapping your tokens in DeFi at the time when it launched. And look what it did, right? So I don't know, man. This is definitely it's definitely a questionable trade. I think, and technically, it should dip because it has so many outstanding tokens that are going to be put on the market at some point. When, I don't know, but I think that people will FOMO and it will just rise. I think it's going to be the retardation is going to be strong and it's going to go up because people are just going to jump into it because it's the best that Solana has. And that
What
might be valid.
what does it do? Like the actual token, does it have a use case, or like what's the deal?
Yeah,
Why
so
would you?
over here on their perp section, I know that they might be governance and all that stuff, but you see this earn button. If you deposit, oh no, this is a different token. It's JLP. I thought it was Jupe token. So there's this alternate token that you can get and put money into their pool, right? But as far as what it does otherwise, I don't know. I don't know. I should
Okay.
probably have researched that before talking about it. But I haven't seen anything talk. I haven't seen anybody talk about revenue share. I haven't seen anybody talk about governance. I think all that might be coming, but I don't have a firm what it does is this right now. And I thought it was the perps, but that's a different token, the JILP token, JILP pool. So, yeah, so that's not the JUP token. So really, I don't know what it does. I don't know if it has a use case right now. But if you look on
But
Twitter,
what does the Uniswap token do? Does it do anything or?
governance,
Okay.
governance, the
But
DAO,
maybe
really,
it will.
really worthwhile.
Maybe Jupiter will. Maybe it will follow like a similar trajectory to Arbitrum, like the ARB token.
Oh, I don't know. I mean, let's take a look at ARB. I mean, these are massive launches, and that's a good example. I mean, it's not in the same space as Jupe or Uniswap, but you're right. It's another massive token launch that hit the ecosystem of anybody who's trading on ARB. And well, it had a dip, yeah, from issuance. It dipped down into $1.20, and then it mooned to $1.68, $1.65. This doesn't seem right, man. This seems I sold my Arbitrum, and then it must have dipped down into the 90s. Yeah, I think I sold it around $1. I had like 5,000 of them, so I sold it at some
Yeah.
point real soon after issuance. But look, it pumped. No use case, but it pumped a bit. Not a big pump, but then again, didn't this kind of launch in the bear market? Wasn't the best time. 23.
Yeah, I guess. I remember
Yes.
it. Yeah, that's true. But I remember it was just like so effortless, or like you just woke up and had a lot of money, or like
Yeah.
as I mean, not like make it amounts of money, but still substantial amounts of money for not really doing anything.
Yeah.
Uh,
And
so
if
yeah,
you want to laugh, you just got to go to it. If you're looking for a good laugh, you've got to go to like Arbitrum Discord or any new token that launches. Go to their Discord. So many people cry that they didn't get the airdrop. Like it's nuts. I can't even believe the salt that flows after a token airdrop. I mean, it's bad. I mean, I started memeing at people who were like mad that they didn't get as much Arbitrum as the next guy. I'm awful. I probably did bad in God's eyes that day. Thinking back at it,
yeah,
my memes were kind of mean, but it was fun. But yeah, those just anytime something launches, just go to the Discord and you will see so much salt of everybody, even people that never used it before. Like, what? You didn't even use the freaking thing. Why do you get any? So anyway, I looked up a few posts on Jupe on Twitter, and I can talk about this too much longer. But Millie X, this guy said that Jupiter's team takes 50% of the token supply for themselves. Warning bells, warning bells, and cashed out roughly 1/8 of Solano's entire TVL through the liquidity auction on top of that. So I'm not 100% sure what they did, but from what I heard, they put up a lot of liquidity and then they started pulling it. I don't understand. Like they pulled a partial amount of it. So they didn't rug anybody, but they like let the token price out, I guess, and then they just didn't rebalance and they took the cash. I don't know. I don't know how that worked, but I've seen this claim several times that they use this token airdrop as an open market so that they could build up their treasury. So I can't say too much about how that works. I don't know the details, but anyway, I know teams who've built some of the most useful apps in crypto with infinitesimally less capital. So these guys are, I mean, there's a lot of outstanding tokens. This guy says Jupiter is now baiting with stocks on the blockchain. Well, good luck, sir. Does he have a plan for making this happen? We don't know. So this Meow guy is one of the lead devs or leaders of Jupiter. And he says, imagine a world where highly liquid markets, forex stocks, RWAs, all crypto assets, commodities, all sit in one single state machine and you could transact them across a single atomic transaction. So massive hype from the team itself. Like, is it gonna do anything? I don't know, but I think the hype can drive it up. I'm not big
yeah.
on the tokenomics or the fact that you're going to get dumped on by this harvester whale guy that had 1,000 wallets. But in general, I think the FOMO can take over and it's going to pump. So I may put a position very low, very, very weak, because I'm paper handed at leverage trading and maybe just go up. Let's see if it goes up because, I mean, it looks like it's a decent time to trade Jupe. It's down 8%. So if it's going to follow this rise because of FOMO, maybe it will soon, or I'll lose all my money.
It was also kind of cool how we like the process of us listing it. It was I can't remember if it was if you were the one that brought it up initially, or I can't remember, but it was one of those like moments where everything went very like fast and smooth. Everything from like actually like listing it like from a tech point of view, and you made you made the tweet in like less than a day, and I made the animation for the tweet also, and everything. I was like really proud of of everyone, especially you and I, of course. But
I'm so
um,
proud.
yeah, but it was very cool. Like, oh, here is this new token that's just been listed on, I don't know, centralized exchanges and whatnot, and we were able to list it so
Yes, very
quickly.
quickly. Yeah. So the devs did the work to put it on our front end there, and we were able to tweet about it very quickly. So yes, as long as it hits a few exchanges, we can start listing things very rapidly. So that's pretty cool. Well, this one came out quick, and we could do that again if we need to. So if there's something that's
Yeah,
really going to be hyped, we can do it. If it's because but it has to be on an exchange. And something like this, something as big as Jupe, yeah, it's going to be on exchanges from day one, and it was.
yeah,
So we were able to list that very quickly. Um, I'm super happy with our performance there too. The team did everything together, and we collaborated on this. And then we had your video here, and we posted it just so smooth, guys, so smooth.
yeah.
So perfect. Um, gosh, Sam popped in this morning to the Telegram and said, "Who's ready for double digits?" They're like, "What? What are you talking about, Sam?" And then it started pumping. So what the heck, Sam? What the heck? Yeah. So here's Wiz again. Like we mentioned, Sam has been retweeting Wiz, pushing us, and this happened 12 minutes ago. Wiz pushed this tweet out. Cool, man. I didn't even see this yet. Where's the tweet? GNS up 13% to 543. Awesome. And we were ready for it. We're ready to be back to double digits. Now I hope people won't paper hand it out of where the true value is, because trust me, I know the pain of selling too early and selling too late. I've been on both sides. So, it's always important. Take profits, guys. And remember, if we ever pump from, like, let's say, just hypothetically, let's say Coinbase lists us, right? And it goes to $20, $50, $60. Take some out of the market and let the paper hands wither away. And it doesn't mean you have to give up on gains. You just get back in after they all get out, and you get more gainsies for your dollars. That's how it works. That's swing trading, yes, but I mean, come on. Sometimes you just know that candle is ridiculous in crypto, and you just need to recognize my strategy is I look for a chart that looks like a rocket ship, like this, like that rocket ship there. I would have been like, I probably would have sold like right here. To be honest, I get out too early. But if I see it go like this on a longer time frame and it looks like a rocket, I'm out. I mean, and if Arbitrum actually paid good money and it was a revenue sharing token, I'd buy back like after this crashes. But maybe it won't. So yeah, let's see where we go. I'm ready for it. Let's keep that candle growing. Let's refresh. Let's
Yeah.
see if this has gone in real time. Refreshing, refreshing, refreshing. Oh, same chart. All right. Now let's see what we can kind of gloss over Jupiter. I don't have too much else to talk about on Jupiter. I did have an interesting thing to share about this Wells market, right? Um, I'm not saying invest or anything about Wells market. They're not a competitor, not a perp, but they're a pre-market. So this is kind of how me and a few others realized that Jupiter was going to be a big product, because there's volume in the pre-market. Now, what this means is, like, you're like, well, how do they have a pre-market? Let's take this for example. I want you all to keep your eyes as investors, as leverage traders, on something like this, because it kind of gives you a reference for the price before it even hit the market, right? So let's look at this DYM token on Whales market. So what this does is people have their DYM point, right? So we know that Rabby a few weeks ago gave people points. And what this website does, and I'm sure there's going to be copycats soon, they kind of give you an overview of, hey, you give us your points or you pledge your points to a seller and you put up however much collateral is equal to your pledge, right? So if I want to sell $1,000 worth of DYM, I have to put up half an ETH, for example, as collateral. A buyer then comes in, finds the price that looks reasonable, and buys. Okay, and then that trade is locked in. They send the money into the smart contract, and once the token actually releases, you have about 24 hours to send your DYM to the smart contract and fulfill the order. If you don't, you lose your collateral. So this could be a really good tool for not only us as gains people to look for hot new tokens that are about to list, but for you to kind of get an idea of when something launches, what direction or where's it starting out at? Because when the pre-market for Jupiter is actually gone now, it's now moved to the OTC market, but Jupiter actually launched at like something like 60 cents. And where is it now, or where did it launch at? It launched at 74, so it immediately dipped down, and it's kind of averaging around 60 cents. It's kind of dipping right now, of course, but that was really interesting because I've never seen anything like that. I didn't know there was a pre-market in crypto
No,
until
me
I
neither.
saw whales. So that kind of told you, hey, this token might launch at like 60 cents. So if that's not comfortable to you, when you are investing or going to leverage trade something that's just brand new, then I mean, I don't know, just kind of use it as a temperature check, I guess.
Do they
So
have sorry,
yeah, go
uh,
ahead.
do they have Rabbi? Like they did some points thing.
Yes, they will list Rabby at some point because they're listing a lot of products right now. So
So
I
they
think
don't have it, or
not yet. No, right now the hot
okay.
thing is DYM. Everybody's pre-market trading DYM. And again, it looks like the average price on this product is coming at 397 a token. I don't know what DYM is whatsoever. I have no idea what DYM is, but it gives me a good reference point that the pre-market is kind of pricing it close to $4 a token. Okay, so when it actually launches, maybe it'll dip. I can short it. I don't know, and maybe it'll launch in such a way that we can list it rapidly on gains. I don't know, but a good temperature check. And when you see the volume on these tokens, we at Gains can see, hey man, this looks like it's going to be pretty popular. We can kind of focus some of our attention to new listings this way. So I think this is a great tool for us to keep an eye on when we want to, like AVO, not much total volume. It's not that popular. Why would we list it? But Jupiter was the perfect example. I think it had 200 million in volume on this platform, and we knew it was going to be busy. No, not 200 million on this platform. I'm sorry, it has 200 million now. But we knew it was going to be busy based on the whales market. So that's kind of a thing we're going to be looking at the pre-market for tokens, and maybe it'll help us list hot ones before they when they launch. So we're definitely going to keep an eye on that in the future. All right. So Vest, I remember last week I put an Ethereum trade in, right?
Oh yeah.
I'm awful. I'm
How's it?
just the weakest person. Let me get it. I'm signed in. Let me go to my portfolio. Let me go to my history rather. Stats. Where's my history? Earn
It's
stats overview.
yeah, it's where you were.
Mm,
It's in your portfolio.
oh, it was in my portfolio. Did I not click it?
Yeah, and then to the left you can see
Ah, of course it is. Ah, look at that trade. Wah 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 wah. So somebody on Discord spooked me that our Japanese trader said time to short BTC. I was like, oh crap, he's right. I was up like a good 15% at one point, and then I was like, okay, I'm clearly just making it out of the skin of my teeth here with this. I'm gonna close it, and I got 0.0292 WETH. And then what happens the next few days? What happened? What happened to the ETH the next few days? Of course, it actually ran up right here. I was somewhere along here when he said, time to reverse, and he freaked me out. So, because he's a good trader, he posts a lot of wins that are sometimes not the biggest
yeah.
wins, but he posts a lot on our Discord. But then it ran up to 2380, and I felt like an idiot. No, I don't feel like an idiot. I am an idiot. I closed that way too soon. I think, did you put in the same trade that day, Ves?
Yeah, but I used 150 leverage.
Oh my God, what happened?
But I closed the next day. But I closed. I made a profit of 0.0414 ETH. But like percentage wise, it was up 53%.
Really?
Uh,
Wow.
so I,
What?
but but I mean, I made the same mistake as you, like closing the position too early. But I don't even remember why I closed it. To be honest, I don't even remember why I opened it. But those guys are on in the Discord trading chat. What's his name?
Kenji? Kenji? Is
Yeah,
that the guy?
Kenji. Both Kenji and Hearthstone are usually uh, they usually get it right. But
And and they
I
freak
think
me out
it's
too. They'll say it's going to go
yeah.
down today based on this chart. I'm like, sell.
I mean, I think it's probably impossible for anyone to always be right because yeah, that's just, unless you're an insider, uh, like you work at some shady government institution and have insider knowledge.
Like
I
Congress,
guess
like American Congress
yeah, that's
and
what
and
I'm
Pelosi.
that's what I'm hinting at. But I mean, I don't think that people, like normal people, can be right like all the time.
Yeah, absolutely not. The game is rigged. Um,
Yeah,
if anybody hasn't seen it, the Dune has been updated to reflect the new vaults. Okay, this is pretty fresh, and I think we have Crumbs to thank for this. I think he's the one that
yeah,
pushed these updates. Um, so you can see our Vault TVL. It kind of dipped a little bit on the DAI, so I'm wondering if some people sold DAI and then jumped into perhaps the ETH Vault. And USDC is like an equivalent. I don't see why somebody would sell. I mean, it says the APY might pump a little bit harder on USDC because it's so new, but they're equivalent. I wonder if some people kind of jumped out of DAI and went into the WETH vault. Um, so good to know. In case you're wondering, we have stats. Oh, man, I wish I could. Geez, Louise, I can't. I can't even see that right now. That'll get bigger. Oh God, I went too far. Hold on.
what do you want to see?
I'm trying to go where is here it is. Here it is. I wish I could zoom in on this little spot right here.
You-
So we
But
can see our daily volume by collateral.
if you click to the right where it says die, uh,
I
that
screwed
will
it up.
get unchecked, and that then it will get normalized so you can see
Oh
it
my
better.
God, I didn't know that was a feature. Jeez. Jeez. Okay. So our by collateral, we have 2.33%. That's 130. I don't know why it says it's dipped. I guess our other collaterals grew or something. I don't know, but that's a volume. I thought I was on the chart for how big our vaults were, but okay. So let's forget that. Go away, die. Um, it's the weekend. We can't say much, but USDC had a big day here. 2.1% of our volume. WETH, to my eternal shame, had 0.06. So come on, guys, please start trading with ETH, please, for no other reason, just because. I don't have an ulterior motive here, except I might be. No, okay, I can't lie. I'm invested in the ETH vault. I won't say how much though. So thank you, Crumbs, for updating this. I don't even know if he's here in the audience. He probably isn't. He's always busy, but he's probably enjoying his weekend, just like Seb. They're just probably partying, right? No, no, they're coding. They're coding and they're doing work right now because, well, Seb's asleep. But this morning he was doing that stuff. That's crazy. These guys work hard. So just round of applause to the entire team because we're going to grow and we're going to get out of this rut that we're in. We're going to continue to get larger vaults. Here's the new G8 vault stats. Perfect. It's growing wonderfully. And is there the GUSDC vault? Yep. Here's the stats for that. Growing wonderfully. We have over a million, almost 2 million TVL. And it's just going to keep pumping, man. It's going to be awesome. And then once that open interest opens up for everyone to ape, and man, we're going to be hopping. 45 million today. Just in Sorry, let me go to stats overview. 44 million, almost 45 million on a Saturday. Bess, you remember
Yeah,
when
that's
this was
not
8
bad.
million?
Yeah,
We were so
yeah,
sad.
that's not bad.
We were like crying in the Discord, like 8 million. This sucks, man. But we've come a long way because I think a lot more traders now, because of the Arbitrum STIP for all perps, are coming over to the ecosystem and enjoying decentralized leverage trading. Whereas before they didn't have, they either didn't have access to it because they were cut off from Binance, and
Yeah,
depending on where you live, or they just never tried it and they didn't know it could be so lucrative as far as our rewards. So awesome, awesome. I think I have some rewards from our last epoch, which I haven't claimed. So I'm not going to do that on this here, but I'm kind of a big deal. 22.33 Arby's.
yeah,
Hey,
that's not too
what do you
bad.
guys say to that? What do you guys say to that? No, so and that was on top of my point zero 0.02 ETH. What a trade.
Yeah,
Yep, I'm going to
you
be
made
talking
a
about that one for
killing.
years. I'm killing. I'll tell you, just the best. Okay, all right, just the best. So, I was wondering, guys, if any of you are interested, I'm going to go to the chat here. I was wondering, guys, if any of you have. Oh, Orca says holding. You can't make me sell. Okay, I don't know what you're holding. I don't know what you're holding, Orca. So next
He
week,
means GNS. He said
GNS.
when
Okay.
he said yeah, he said it when you were talking about taking profits.
Oh, I see. I see.
When we go to like $60.
So he wants to hold it for the second bull after this one. So he's going to hold it to 2028, and GNS will be worth like a grillion a token, and he will have shown us all for fools. Truly, Orca, I have faith in you. Let's survive, okay? I won't get shot again. You don't break your hip, and Tracer don't snap your neck. So we're gonna do this. We're gonna be here for the next one, okay? I'm always gonna be exposed to
Yeah.
gains. Yeah. So I was gonna ask guys if next week I wanted to do a little T-shirt competition, right? Are you guys familiar with Jackbox? How many of you have played Jackbox? Anybody? If you haven't, it's okay. But so Jackbox is basically a game show type game that we could play here right on Discord, and you will see on the full screen, my screen or the gaming screen, and everybody kind of participates. And I want to see who does the best gains themed T-shirt, because there is a game that allows us to build T-shirts in Jackbox and compete against each other to see who has the best T-shirt. It is limited to 8 players, but that is enough. I think it's limited to 8, but the audience is unlimited. So as many people want to watch as they want to, it's fine. We then can make these T-shirts at the end of it. Not set in stone how we're going to do any prizes, but we might have some GNS pot at the end for the best T-shirt, and we might mint if they're appropriate. They can't be like penis T-shirts, but if there's an appropriate T-shirt that's funny or hilarious and referencing gains, we can actually make them off of a company that works through this app. So if anybody wants to enjoy some lighthearted, fun competition next week, that's the plan, and I'm going to post about it this week. And we can, me and Vess will try it out, make sure it all functions overseas because he's in Sweden, and we'll do that. So if you guys are interested in the T-shirt contest, be sure to be here next weekend because it will be a lot of fun. In fact, Vess, it's quite hilarious. I think
Okay.
we will compete, but if I win, we'll just give it to someone else. But because it's too funny not to participate, and Vess, your drawing skills will play a vital role in this competition. I'm sure of
Okay.
it.
Yeah, you have to demo it for me.
Yeah,
'Cause
absolutely. I think, do you have a minute after the show we could do that?
yeah, sure.
Okay, perfect. We'll go to the
I'm
private gains team chat.
I'm actually like you said that it's weekend and but most people are or I can't remember what you said, but the point that I was going to make is or maybe I'm the only one that thinks this is funny, but I mean I work like in games. I do mostly like the graphics and stuff like that.
Excellent job,
Uh,
graphics.
but thank you. But I am also like technically a front end dev, and I enjoy writing code. Like writing Discord bots, for example, and light stuff that doesn't make anyone lose their money or risk their money in any way. But I thought it, like, most people maybe they work with programming and they have something like drawing or graphics as a hobby, so maybe they do that on the weekend when they have time. But for me I was really happy yesterday when I reached like or while I finished something graphics related, and I was like, yeah, hell yeah, no, I don't really have anything pressing to do like all weekend, so I can sit down and write some code for some stuff. And yeah, I'm it feels really good to, to I don't know where I'm going with this, but it feels really good
Just
to
go.
like, yeah, it feels really good to like do some programming when you haven't done it in a while.
Now,
And yeah, and there is also uh, do you know the comic strip Calvin and Hobbes?
yes,
It's like,
of course,
yeah,
classic.
so there's like, wait, I'm gonna find Calvin and Hobbes quote. Um, yeah, so Hobbes says to, yeah, because Calvin is, his mother has made him like he has to make his own bed, and then he has this like genius idea of, instead of making his bed, he's inventing a robot that will make his bed for him, and then then the punchline in the last strip is Hobbes is asking Calvin, won't inventing a robot be more work than making the bed? And then Calvin's reply is, it's only work if somebody makes you do it. Which
True.
I think which I think is kind of funny. So yeah, I don't know if I had a point with this anecdote, but
Well, you're coding on your spare time, whereas other
yeah,
people are avoiding the coding. I would pull
yeah.
my own teeth out and perform self dentistry probably before I started coding because I hate math and the concepts related and language. Oh God, I'm
I
so
mean,
bad with foreign languages.
I'm not that good with maths either, but if I'm programming, it kind of helps me understand like math concepts, because it gets less abstract when I can actually see what it does. So yeah,
Oh man, well, more
yeah.
power to you, Vess.
So are what are you doing when you have some free time, uh, like on the weekend or whatever?
Oh,
Yeah,
well, you think you assume that I shoot guns every weekend, I'm sure, but I
yeah.
can't because it just doesn't happen. It's a really expensive hobby.
Okay.
But I will play some Battle Bit and just relax because my weeks are so busy with so much going on. Not only do we have the gains, little activities we have to do, the Twitter, the show, whatever random things pop up, but having 5 kids, oh my God. Oh my God.
Yeah,
So that's what happens
yeah,
usually. And then, but I still find time to do some stuff here and there for myself. I used to build rifles, but lately it's all been about GNS. So
yeah.
been a lot
Yeah,
of
but it's
time, a lot of activity here.
important to have hobbies, I think, and like interests and stuff you can do, like that makes you
Absolutely.
feel happy and fulfilled or whatever.
Yeah, no,
Um,
absolutely. I hope everybody has something this weekend to keep them happy and fulfilled.
and
Um,
before I'm not gonna derail any further, but I was just gonna say that today when I woke up, I thought that it was Sunday, and then like for the longest time, and then I realized that we're doing this today, so it has to be Saturday. But it not, because now it feels as if I've gotten like, as if I have gotten a day for free, which I mean doesn't really matter for me because I don't I don't really, I don't
you
have
work from
a,
home.
Yeah, I work from home and I work like every day anyway, so it doesn't really matter. But it's still like nice to have. It feels as if you've extended your life with one day.
Oh my gosh,
Uh,
you're right. Life extension +1. Good job,
yeah.
Vess. It could be because you're in the pitch black darkness. How many hours of light do you have a day?
I don't know, like a couple
That's
maybe.
dedication. He's like, I don't even know. I just black out the curtains. I don't even go outside. It's just always dark. I don't know what day it is. I'm on a spaceship underground. That's dedication. I'm just working on gains. That's Vess. Dedication. Dedication. Well, that's all I really have to cover. I am excited to see the vaults grow. That's really the bottom line this week. I may trade on Jupiter. Maybe I'll just hopefully it moons. How many moons does Jupiter have? I made up that
Oh
joke.
yeah,
If that was
yeah.
cheesy, I'm sorry.
I thought it was really really good. It was an excellent tweet. I had to
Yeah,
even
take
look
that.
up. I had to look up like how many moons it actually has. I'm assuming maybe you did that too,
I did
because
not. I
okay,
didn't care.
because
I just wanted to
because
die at the game.
because I was like, oh, what if it has like 200 moons and our max leverage, because that's it was referring to 150, or maybe that was just me being retarded, but it has 95 moons. But
That's
yeah,
obscene.
yeah,
Jupiter needs to be
yeah,
ashamed of itself.
yeah, uh,
It's
yeah.
like
I don't
the
know.
Elon Musk of planets or the Bill Gates. It's like leaving no moons for the rest of us. So what if having another moon would ruin our tides and completely destroy our civilization? Dang it, it needs to share. Well, thank you for looking that up, Vest, because I did not know that. I'm never going to forget that at this point in my life now because of the joke, the tweet, and then you looking that up and telling me there's 95 moons. I will never
But
forget
yeah,
that
there are.
factoid.
I think there are some that are also like they haven't discovered them, but for some reason they know that there are more moons. I don't know. Uh,
I see.
I want to.
Well,
I,
still
I want to.
greedy.
Yeah, that's. I
It's just
mean, we only have one moon, so.
super,
Um,
yeah, super. I like our
okay, so
moon. It's nice.
okay, yeah, yeah. I don't have anything to complain about. It's pretty good moon. Okay, so I'm looking at the solar system now, and Jupiter is after, like it's outside of the of Mars, which is, I guess, where Elon Musk is taking us eventually. But when we have conquered Mars, maybe we can go to Jupiter
I don't
and
think we can do
and
that, Vest.
actually find out once and for all how many moons there are.
So
I
Jupiter
realize
is
I realize
gas.
also, yeah, that I think that I drew Saturn for like the image for this, because I thought Jupiter had that ring around it, but
You did, I guess. Okay, well, we should brush up on our astronomy. We talk about moons
yeah,
so much that we're so foolish.
yeah,
Well, I I am ready. Let's do this. Let's pump this week, guys.
yeah.
Well, I don't have anything else to cover, Vess. How about you?
No, I mean I probably have, but I'm just gonna go off on a tangent, and yeah, I think that I'm just gonna be quiet and not say anything more.
It's all right. I learned so much from you, Vess.
I
Well,
learned from
guys,
you too,
thank
especially
you.
about guns.
In Texas. Thank you
Yeah, in
guys
Texas.
so much. Let's have a good weekend and a good week. Let's see if that price action sustains. I think it will. I think we're going to end up in the sixes this week. As
Yeah,
long as
I think
Bitcoin
so
doesn't
too.
nuke, I think we're going to go to the sixes.
It's always when
620
we
peg.
It's always when we moon. It's always like by a ridiculous amount. Like I don't know, and it's just maybe it's because we're relatively small market cap. Relatively, I guess,
Yeah, we feel it. We
small.
feel it fast.
Yeah, we don't have the largest liquidity, but I mean it's improving. It was less, but I guess the price moves easier if you have the less liquidity you have. I guess I don't know.
Yeah,
Um,
I'm betting 620 at least 620 this week. 620
yeah, I
peg it.
think so
Peg
too.
it. It's time to reestablish our peg.
Maybe 666 even.
That would suck. Okay, I'd be like, what's God trying to tell me about Gains Network? If we're pegged at 666, I'd be like, okay, God, is this some kind of joke? I have so much of my money here. Anyway, all right, everybody.
Yeah.
Thank you for coming today. 777 is what I want for our next price. Thank you for coming today. So y'all have a super good week, and we appreciate y'all being here.
Yeah. Thanks, everyone.
Peace out, guys. Appreciate your time. Bye-bye.